Allan. You know, I know that you've been out there, you've been getting information from a lot of people at various levels of the spa industry, right? You've got some of the resort and destination spas, you've got some of the day spas, you got med spas. So just curious in terms of what you're seeing and what people are kind of dealing with right now.
And Leo, thanks for having me today too. As you know, I'm a big fan of everything salt and a user of salt rooms as well. So I'm always happy when we're here and we're doing this. We have 66,000 members around the globe. And this week I've got interviews lined up on everywhere from Auckland, New Zealand to New York City as people just are creeping into it. So granted, it's really early in the process, like literally a week for a lot of people. So I'm gonna give you the down and dirty as I know it, but I think there will be way more information after the next week or two. So as you can imagine, primary to getting open is what? Clean, clean, clean. So much of this is about wipe down and keeping your facility clean and having gloves available and masks available, and how are people going to distance, and how are you managing the retail area, and what does the time frame look like between treatments, because it's probably got to be extended to allow for full cleaning and treatment rooms as well. In addition, we have collected a lot of data on what people are doing, what different states are requiring, et cetera, et cetera. And I think, Leo, I can give that information to you and you can share it after the seminar with the participants, right, that are coming. So I can give you the link for all that stuff as well. So what I'm hearing from people is a lot of them are using the crawl, walk, run scenario. So they aren't trying to fully open on the first go around. If I can use a baseball metaphor, they're trying to hit singles rather than doubles or triples or home runs at this moment. So what does that entail? It means opening up maybe at a 25% level, trying to get a feel for what it takes to get a few people in at a time. How is the process working? Because people, you're going to need to be really flexible when it comes to this. I'm saying it again, there is nothing written in stone. And I think most people would be aware that even the experts are a little bit off about what is exactly expected and what is going to happen. And that's why I said we will know more over the next few weeks. What I have heard from a number of the facility members that we have spoken to over the course of the last few weeks, even before opening, is that retail is keeping them alive. In fact, some of our members who didn't even have retail websites whip them up quickly. You know, Spotify is really simple. Some people have technical people on staff at their resorts or facilities who are doing this. And so if you're not in the retail business, make sure you get there as soon as possible, because those retail sales will keep you alive. One of the big questions that I got asked over the course of the last few weeks is, should we be discounting to get people in? I have to tell you, I'm not a fan of discounting. I have encouraged people not to cut the pricing. It doesn't mean raise the pricing either, but it means think clearly about how you want to deliver on your service. Your service isn't cheap, easy, or free. So that's why discounting is never in my mind. You just have to think about what it is that you want to do. Maybe these people coming in right away, do you have something free you can give them? Maybe there's an added value to it. You have retail product that's now been sitting there for a few months. It's time for it to go. How about these best clients who are going to come in that you give them something on the way out the door? So just some food for thought. Again, I'm going to emphasizing this, there's no right or wrong. Leo, I have one more item and I'll give back to you. People have asked me about what they think they should expect about people coming in. And I have to tell you, the breakdown, the way that I'm feeling it, is a third, a third, a third. Take people like me. When my little place up the street here, Grounded Body Works, gets ready to open in Palm Springs, I'm going to be the first person in her door. Why? Because I'm 61 and I'm healthy and I'm done all the right things for 10 weeks in California now. And I know I'm going to have to wear a mask and I know I might have to put gloves on, but I'm going anyways. I'm that first third that can't wait to go get a massage and a facial again. The middle third seems to be the people who might listen to people like us who are like, well, have you gone yet? Well, maybe after you go, I'll go. And that last third will just, it'll be people waiting for a vaccine and we just can't help what it is. So that's kind of, if I'm giving you a macro overview, but Leo and team, that's what I'm seeing out in the spa channel world today. How's that?
No, very good, Alan. I appreciate it. I know that there's, a lot of people that are on this call, they have different business models, right? Some, it may be a little bit different than others that are offering services that are involving touching, when you're talking about massage or facials or other body treatments. So we got a full range here of people. Here recently, we're starting to see some people putting some additional fees in restaurants, right? They're talking about extra charges because to a certain degree, there's an increase in business in terms of what they're looking at doing. Some are putting COVID-19 kind of surcharge. Is you seeing any of people doing that kind of activity out there, and what the feedback might be on that?
Yeah, I've heard the conversation. I'm going to tell you, I'm not a fan. I remember when, I don't know what it was in the rest of the country, but in Minnesota, they put a 2% medical tax when you started going to the doctors, and people raised 2%, but people raised holy hell about it. Frankly, people, rather than trying to get a COVID tax, I would rather see you tighten down your menu, offer a minimal amount of treatments, do those extremely well, do the bundling of a gift with people. But people hate taxes, all kinds of taxes, but they hate extra taxes as well. I'm just not, personally, I'm not a fan of thinking that that's the answer.
Yeah,